Hello and welcome, Omen Storm here. We are back with more Harvestella today. The focus for today is going to be mainly on doing more stuff with the various other characters for our party. And I have my headphones up way too loud, but we're going to focus mainly on doing stories with the other characters and such, and kind of progressing along so that we can get through Quietus and into the next season. And I haven't gone and done just about anything since the last one because I want to try and keep stuff on stream as much as possible. Now it looks like our goals were aligned with Rosny's, which makes me feel better, but only a little. She contacted me again. Apparently she's got something she wants to discuss about the attacker. She said she'll be waiting at the Nord Step, so get to go meet there. Light of hope. About that missing ship. Turns out everyone was found safe and sound. Can you believe it? I've patched things up with my dad too, and now it finally feels like we're making a start with the lighthouse. Two of us together, and someday the lighthouse will be my responsibility. Until then, I'm reinvigorated and ready to keep that light of hope alive, and I hope you'll continue to support us. And just beginning. I've been living with my family ever since that day, and every day has been peaceful. There's still no sign of my memories coming back, but I'll never stop trying. Lilia wouldn't tell me anything for all that time. I won't stop until I understand why she would treat me with such kindness. When I do, I'll go to meet her again and repay her in full. I'll be perfectly honest, I wasn't expecting Jade to be the person that I was getting a letter from. I was expecting the final letter for that quest line to be from Lilia. But I suppose it also is kind of just Lilia trying to end all matters for that, and that would also probably include not contacting the person that was helping them deal with the matters with Jade. And we have one more thing we can harvest here. Next season is going to be autumn, so we should be able to plant a few more things. Actually, I am curious, what seeds do we have that are good for fall? So we've got the Union, or Unionion, whatever. I think I was calling it the Unionion, but I can't remember anymore. We can grow some of the lump potatoes. Ooh, we can start getting some eggplants. We can also get rainbow bean seeds. Those actually look like they would probably taste pretty good. Unfortunately, we can't grow any more tomatoes. Can't start growing any of the straw buddies. I'm slightly surprised that the cabbage is a winter crop. I'm not too used to seeing winter crops. As far as trees go, so the num lemon won't do us any good. We can go plant some more loco nuts, and I will do that once the quietus is passed, because I don't remember if tree saplings die during quietus or not. I don't think they do, but I'd rather not go and be testing that. I actually have a number of trees to plant once fall rolls around, so that's good. And I have enough gorilla that it might be worthwhile to go and upgrade the farm again if I can. Actually, before I get carried away upgrading the farm, I should go and see about upgrading my gear again. I should also see about trying to remember what makes Cleffowl feed, because I'm getting low on that. I think it's the carrots that go and make it, so let's go throw one of those in, and then we'll start running around and actually getting some of the other stuff done. We've got a single carrot, and this is the feed maker, this is the feed maker. Okay. So, we need to head to Leth anyways for one of the character things. Cressa's store, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't trust that I'm remembering correctly, but I'm pretty sure I am for once. But we're heading here for one character story anyways, which will give us a chance to go and see about upgrading our gear. Hopefully we can get a decent progression for all our
Well,
gear.
guess I'm not.
I can go and upgrade my main one. Ooh, that will consume all of the gold ore I have though, which is a little killer. But it's also giving us +5, which is a whole like 20% increase on what we already have. And we've got an ore that I don't even recognize there. And
Cheers.
who is currently hanging out of my party? Rika and Dianthus. So we want to focus on upgrading their weapons. So upgrade Shrika's. Can't get it to level 5 unfortunately. And upgrade Dianthus's. And I think the other weapon I want to go and upgrade as much as possible. Oh, there's actually... There's more I can get done than I thought there was, so I'm going to go ahead and see... Oh. Now I get to... I'm sorry, Hein, but I don't care too much about your thing. So, Asil, you get the final upgrade for what we have. So now once I save up more Grilla again, I can actually go and get their stuff.
Cheers.
But going and getting all of them upgrade as far as I did is actually quite nice, and that should help our survivability to some degree. Something else that would probably help survivability somewhat is if I went and adjusted what I was using for the accessories. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do anything too useful with them at the moment without the accessory thing, which I think is what we get next. I don't remember. Ah, Omen. You read my letter. It said something important happened. That's right. It's about the patient from before. And he just passed away a few days ago. Oh, that... Well, that's kind of what I was expecting, but now I feel bad about asking and not just being patient. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. After what I found in the diary, I went and spoke to the patient and his family. I proposed the idea of changing his medication to alleviate his symptoms instead of trying to cure them. I was surprised at how quickly they came to a decision. I guess it was only me who was wrestling with that problem until the bitter end. I think you did all that you could. I know exactly how hard I tried. You don't have to tell me. Is there something lost in translation here? Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that as the response. There's no need to worry or cheer me up. I did all I could as a doctor. So, there's nothing to be depressed over, goodness. I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm a terrible liar. It's hard not to feel overwhelmed every time I'm unable to save someone's life. There's never an occasion where I don't fully realize my own incompetency, despite doing everything I can to help. I feel like this bit here kind of should go and apply to just about anyone doing anything. Like, if something goes wrong, you always feel like all the stuff you could have done to try and make it go right. I want you there to help me. There was nothing we could do. It was all for nothing. That doesn't seem like the right way to be taking this. Omen, I don't think I... Oh. Excuse me. Is Dr. Kress available? Well, other than the fact that they're depressed, I think they're fine. Oh, is everything okay? I'm sorry to drop by so suddenly, but I really need to speak with you about your brother, right? Look, Doctor, I want to tell you. I'm sorry. Pardon? I'm so sorry. I wasn't able to save your brother. Please don't apologize. You gave my family exactly what we had hoped for. What? My brother was smiling, even before he died. Neither me nor my parents expected to see him smile again. He was able to say goodbye to his friends. He spoke to everyone who had ever treated him with kindness. His illness had made him give up on doing a lot of things, but he was able to do them all anyway. It made it easier for him to come to terms with his own death. You helped him do that, Dr. Kress. I want to thank you, for giving my brother that time that he had left. I'm proud of that, Kress. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. There's no need to thank me. I wasn't able to do anything. But I appreciate the sentiment. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. I'll be heading home now. Thank you for listening. No, of course. Take care. Hey, Omen. Can we talk outside a moment? Meet me at the place behind the mayor's house, where you can see the sea's light. The tone feels like it's very depressing, slightly cheerful, very depressing. Oh, we actually have a quest here, what? Mayor, what quest do you have for us? Oh darn, if only I could go and see him right away. Do you want to go and meet? Oh, why, speak of the devil, it's you, Omen. You know what? I have no response to that this time around, I guess. Ah, I know. As you're here now, could you perhaps help me with a little something, Omen? Sure. Oh, you accept? Thank you. Thing is, I received this letter from an old friend of mine who lives in Shatola. These letters are usually nothing too serious, but this letter makes for a stark contrast. It says this will be his last letter. Right. We used to be very close friends. We used to go on travels together and everything. But now, because of our old age, the most we can do is write letters to each other. Maybe he can't write anymore. I thought of that too. To be honest, I'm quite worried about the old feller. He's a sensible and respectable man. It'd be out of character for him to cut off contact like that without talking about it first. If I could, I would go straight over to Shatola right now. But it's not that easy for a mayor to leave his town behind. Which is why I was hoping you might be able to go for me and find out how he's doing. He doesn't know me though. Will he mind? Not at all. He's not the type to get upset about things like that. You tell him you went on my behalf, I'm sure he'll listen to you. I hope so. Mayor's pen pal. Take that letter with you. His name is on there, so once you get to Shatola, you can ask someone where to find him. Thanks again. Okay. The chest over there has been opened. That pen pal quest seems like it'll be interesting. And that's a nice image. It's been a while since I came out here to calm down. I've been wound so tight doing research and working on that cure this whole time. How are you holding up? Well enough. Sleep is definitely on the agenda. I'm sorry about what I said before. About your help being pointless. I hadn't even thought about that until you just brought it up again, I'll be perfectly honest. It wasn't true at all. Without you, I wouldn't have found a means of leaving... Dear goodness, I'm being tongue-tied. I wouldn't have found a means of alleviating that patient's symptoms. What his sister said about giving him back the time he had left, that was because of you. So thank you thank you, for sticking by me. It's an honor to work beside you, despite the fact that I think you might have indirectly insulted me several times in this last bit of conversation. I certainly didn't expect to receive a word of thanks from his younger sister. I expected her to hold a fierce grudge. I think she was grateful. Yeah, I think so too. We're able to let the patient spend more time with his family. Just like my dad said, doctors can't cure everything. I used to hate those words. They would push me to never give up. But I had it the wrong way around. It's because we can't cure everything that we need to think more about what we can do for the patient. That was what my dad strove for as a doctor. So you figured it out in the end. Honestly, I can't really say for sure. It'll be a long time before I get an answer. But I finally understand. You hear that, Dad? I'm going to follow in your footsteps. So I'd like you and Mom to keep watching over everyone. Dim, the people have left, and Omen too. Because I'm going to keep giving everything I've got. Only one more quest in their storyline. Ooh, and we got some pyro liquid from this. Thinking about it, have I actually gone down and explored this pathway back here? I don't... Okay, there's an open chest there, so I think it's safe to assume I have been back here at least once before. Ooh, a fishing spot. And there's a chest over there that I've opened, so I've definitely been back this way, I guess. So that all works out. What else do we have for quests? We've got quest for Shrika, quest for Emo, Raka, Estina, Asil. I'm gonna head towards Nemea so that we can go ahead and get Estina's quest done by stopping in the Nord steps along the way, and then go and do Asil's quest once we got into Nemea. I think that should work out like I want. I can't get down that little path down there, I don't think so. I saw what looked like a path possibly on the map, but I don't think it actually is. And we want to go from the other side to quickly access where the quest wants us to be. So help me, you know what? I'm gonna go deal with these enemies first before I try talking with them. Otherwise the enemies really will just probably go and smack me. Oh. Well, those were dealt with rather quickly. I was expecting that to be just a tad longer to deal with. Okay. Glad you could both make it. I'll get straight to the point. There's something I want to tell you about the attacker we've been looking for. Don't tell me. You figured out who she is? Not exactly, but I remembered something that you should probably hear. What do you mean? Shadow always exists dormant within the self. Therefore, when the self wavers, the shadow takes over. Doubting yourself amounts to a death sentence. The only way to break free from self-doubt is by controlling your shadow and becoming the master of yourself. Where did you hear that? I asked the chief about the power of your shadow once, and that's what he said. Those were his words? Who's the chief? I actually do want to know that. He was in charge of the organization. Just think of him as the leader. He's the one who took me in when I had no one. He raised me to be a member of the gang. I learned everything I know about fighting from him. But he never said those words to me. What does that all mean? Why did he tell you? He was always worried about your shadow getting dangerously out of control. Out of control? I don't know what exactly he meant by that, but my guess is he didn't tell you because he didn't want you questioning yourself even more. So he told me to never tell you, for your own sake. He didn't want me questioning myself. When the self wavers, the shadow takes over. So that attacker is my self-doubt? My shadow gone dangerously out of control? Is this what the chief was worried about? Quite likely. If that's your shadow, then that would explain why she looks like an exact copy of you and calls herself the Shadow Assassin. That's an interesting way for an ability to go out of control. Will she disappear if you stop doubting? That would probably get rid of her. But only Estina can do it. My self-doubt. Do you think what happened that day has something to do with it? What day? So you haven't told him. Wait, Rosny, I'll say it. This is something he ought to hear from me. Were you plotting to murder me this entire time? Is that what's going on? It still haunts me to this day. I'll never forget. It's etched vividly in my memory. The day I killed my fellow gang members with my own hands. Oh, that's tragic. They decided to rebel. Some members of the gang wanted to overthrow the chief, so a fight broke out between us. I was ready to die fighting to protect the chief and the organization he'd created. But I was fighting the very same people I'd been sent out on missions with. One by one, I stole their lives away. That's heavy. I don't blame you for looking at me that way. But Stina didn't do what... I'm getting tongue-tied again. But Estina, if you didn't do what you did that day, the chief would have been killed. I would have been too, probably. I know, Rosny, but I'll never be able to wash away their blood off my hands. When it was all over and I saw their bodies scattered on the floor, I knew I couldn't be one of them anymore. I killed my own teammates in cold blood. More than anything, I was scared of myself. That's why you left? You left without saying anything. At the time, that was my only option. It's ironic, really. I had to run away from the very place I fought so hard to defend. Estina. Well, Omen, now you know what kind of person I am. With blood on my hands, I look after the kids in the orphanage trying to make up for my crimes. The truth is, I don't deserve to live in the man. Sorry I kept quiet about it all this time. Must be disappointed now that you know the real me. No, not really. This is more or less along the lines of what I would have expected, to be perfectly honest. You're sweet, trying to console me. I'm not trying to console you. That shadow is made out of my self-doubt. Maybe you're right, Rosny. Ever since I was asked to take over the orphanage, I've been trying harder and harder to forget my past. This is what the chief meant about my shadow getting dangerously out of control. Steamer. Because if the brighter I try to shine, the darker my shadow gets. The closer I get to living in the light of the sun, the more painfully aware I become that I don't belong here. But that's why what my shadow is trying to tell me. It's the personification of your guilt. Yeah, I guess it is. Maybe I don't belong here after all. You know, that sounds a whole lot like doubt and is probably not helping deal with the shadow any. I don't think that's true. What I do know is the shadow has been going around attacking people without my knowledge. I'm gonna have to face my past if I want to stop it. Omen? Rosny? Could you give me some time? I need to think this through. Either way, it won't stop until you face your demons. So it's up to you now. I'm sorry I've caused you both trouble, but please stick by me a bit longer. To walk the sunlit path. We've almost finished their storyline as well. It's oh, I'm still taking a small amount of damage from being poisoned. Well then. But it's interesting seeing how everyone's stories are progressing towards their different ends. And again, I really do wish that there was like happy endings for some of these stories, but none of them ever feel like a happy end just with how things are currently going. Most of the time it feels like at best it's just simply not the worst option. And sometimes it just simply is the worst option. Oh, Asil standing outside. I was expecting you to be inside your house, Asil. Ah, there you are, Omen. I want to talk to you about Otella, though you probably already knew that from my letter. We don't often get the chance to talk, so why don't we go to the observation deck? Should be empty around now. I still love how that looks. So, I haven't seen any sign of Otella or her dragon since her outburst the other day. For now, it seems like life has returned to its normal, peaceful self. But you're still on edge, right? Exactly. She'll appear again if her previous actions are anything to go by. Make no mistake, Otella is a threat to this town. I'm to protect the people of Nemea, as well as keep my promise to Tiela, then I have no choice but to treat Otella as an enemy. But for some reason, I don't feel like that's the right thing to do. Omen, do you think I should fight Otella? Mm, oh, I do actually have the option to say I don't. See, truth is, I don't think I should either. I think it's obvious. I don't want to fight Otella. I don't know what she wants or what she's planning. But she also looked sad before, right? I wasn't just imagining that. Can't turn my back on someone when they're sad. Even her. That's very you, Asil. I know nothing about her. I've been thinking myself in circles about why she's been acting the way she has, with no results, which is why I'm too scared to come forward and tell her how I feel. Like she'll just berate me again. Is she really just teasing you? That can't be the only thing she wants. What on earth is she planning? Ah, still stares at the cherry tree. Well, hopefully that will bring him some enlightenment. Figure something out? Oh, no. Just, I think I get it now. Omen, thank you for coming all this way to listen. Do you mind if we part ways here? I think I might finally know why Otilla is acting the way she is, but I need to get my thoughts straight. I'll be in touch if anything changes. All that's left after this is figuring out how to contact Otella. Oh, there's more to Asil's story left than I thought there was. Okay. I'm glad he figured out what the heck was going on, though, because I have no clue. And there's no one up here. Oh, wait, that's right. I can just check with the fairies, well, with the book back at the house to find out if there's actually any quests left to do for Nemea. So I'm going to go ahead and actually do that because that will be useful. Here you are, book. Let's see. There's still surprisingly 2 quests left in Leth Village. We've actually got that done. Uh, the Nemea. So okay, we have 1 quest left in Nemea. I don't know what that quest is or when we'll get it, but hopefully soon. Thinking about that, I think I might know potentially where the other remaining quest in Leth is, but it might be something that I can't do just yet. Because we have this one house all the way in the back, and there actually no wait, we've done the quest for this house back here, right? I'm not just misremembering things. Yeah, no, we've done the quest back here. Okay. Well, it's nice that they're living together now, and yeah, so we've already done that particular quest. Dear goodness, that was so long ago that it really feels odd to think about the fact that I had just simply up and completely forgotten about it. And what is this here? Uh, just another house and nothing inside for me to snag. So let's double back over here and see how much a farm upgrade would cost. Oh, 15,000 gorilla. That is significantly more than I thought it would be. Oh, and thinking about it, I haven't actually checked out the inn here recently. Uh, okay, I don't think I've made any of those dishes by accident and didn't turn them in. That's the other reason that it's going to be nice to actually get to the next season and start growing some of those other crops, is that we'll be able to start making a bunch more of the dishes that we haven't made just yet, which means that we will go and where is maybe I have the one item still sitting around somewheres and haven't turned it in just yet. Uh yeah, there's the feed, so I've just simply been holding on to that and forgot to make use of it. That's slightly embarrassing. Let's go take care of that because I could have been moving faster this whole time if I had gone and done that. And let's go throw in the stuff that is useful for anything other than selling. There we go. That's all taken care of. Let's go talk with our friend who should be over here. And they're not over here. Where are you? You're over here. I have food for you. What will it do? Okay, I was about to say, can I not feed it? Can I only pet it? Okay, so can now run faster and travel in a shorter time. That's useful. And I'm pretty sure that we don't have more feed. Yeah, we don't have more feed. So now I can go back to Leth and double check how much that's gonna cost. And I'm just running back and forth between these two places, I guess. But I I don't remember if I fed it 2 times or 3 times. If I'm remembering correctly, 4 is the upper limit of how many times I need to feed it. 5,000. So yeah, I think there's 2 more because I think the last one is 10,000 for how much it costs. Or they might just all have been 5,000 and I'm completely misremembering things. I have no idea. But we've got a quest to go turn in, or not turn in, but go and do that should hopefully get us some money. So let's go find the dude's friend in Shatola. And we have a marker over here. Is it down lower or is this the right way? This looks like the right way. Okay. Hello there, friend. I'm looking for an elderly man. Are you looking for someone? Yes, an elderly man. Don't look like you're from around here. Who are you looking for? Show them the mayor's letter. That name? Hey kid, did you receive this recently? Yeah? Something doesn't quite add up here. The old man who sent that letter, Zenith, used to live here, but I'm pretty sure he passed away about 6 months ago. Okay, is this a really slow postal system, or is this identity theft? A dead person is sending letters? You're not the sharpest tool in the shed, are you, kid? Hey, now. Oh. How could a dead person send letters? Must be some kind of mistake. Don't you check at his house? It's the house near the pier. His family still lives there, so if you talk to them, you might just find out what's going on. I hope so. Though I have to admit, I'm more interested in a spirit sending letters than I am in whatever else might be going on right now. Let's go chat to whoever's here. Looks like it's just this lady here. Hi. Can I help you? What? That's my grandpa. Yes, he did pass away 6 months ago. Show her the letter that the mayor received. Oh, how did you get that letter? I see. The mayor of Leth sent you. I have something to confess. I know all about that letter, because I'm the one who sent it. Did you write it on his behalf? I did. Before he passed away, I was writing all his letters for him. He was sick and didn't have the strength to even lift a quill. But he insisted the one thing he didn't want to give up was writing to his pen pal. At first, I used to write exactly what he said in the letters. And then, when he passed, I intended to tell his pen pal the truth. But I couldn't bring myself to do it. So you started writing to him yourself? Yes. I wrote all the letters that came after my grandpa's death. It seemed like that connection he had with the mayor was what kept him going. He always looked so happy reading those letters. I'm sure the mayor found some joy in them too. So that's why I decided to keep writing to him, pretending to be Grandpa. Why do you want to break contact? I just, I can't do it anymore. I can't keep on lying like this. Listen to me telling my sob story. I was the one who took it upon myself to go and lie in the first place. You know, the solution to this sounds very simple to me. Say that your grandpa is dead. Tell the mayor that you've been the one writing the letters. Say that you would like to continue writing letters. Or say that you wouldn't like to continue writing letters. I don't know. How will I ever make up for this? The mayor is anxious to hear some news. The mayor? You came here from Leth, right? If it's no trouble, could you take me there with you, please? I would like to come and apologize to him if that's alright. I have to let him know about Grandpa, too. Thank you. Well, I have to get ready, so I'll meet you at the town entrance. That seems simple enough. It's not like I haven't transported plenty enough people through the forest by now. Off we go. This is the first time I've ever been on a trip. I'm not used to all this, but I'll try not to get in your way. Thanks again for taking me. See, there's a positive side to this. You get to go on a nice trip. Now, it's a nice trip through an extremely dangerous forest, but it's a nice trip. No need, young lady. Oh, the mayor's here. No nice sightseeing trip through the super dangerous forest. Why are you here? Actually, no, that is a good question. Why are you here? Didn't you say something about it being super difficult for you to leave the village? Why are you here? Are you the mayor of Leth? Indeed I am. Don't tell me you sneaked out. Now, I wouldn't do something so scandalous. I was right behind you when you left Leth. I couldn't help but want to see my old... Y- You know, it's sounding a whole lot like you're saying you snuck out. Almost broke my old back convincing the village to let me go. But they came around in the end. I I don't know that I believe you. Well, you look just like him. Sorry? Especially those kind eyes of yours. They're just like his. Are you Zenith's granddaughter? Yes. I see. He was right. You are a pretty lady indeed. Shall we take this somewhere else? It's been a while since my last visit to Shatola. I'd love to see the sea. Could you take us there by any chance? Well, this is a different sort of sightseeing trip than I was expecting, but the beach looks lovely. Ah, what a wonderful sound. The waves, the breeze, this brings back many lovely memories. I used to come here a lot with that feller. Did he ever tell you how we met? He said he met you on a trip to Leth, and the two of you just clicked. That's right. We were still little uns at the time. When we got older, we'd end up staying up all night laughing and joking together. Those were the days. Mayor, I have to tell you something. Well, a few things. Hmm? I'm listening. I see. 6 months ago, was it? He was always so strong and healthy on our travels, yet he was the first to go. Tell me, why did you feel the need to hide it from me? Grandpa was always saying that he didn't want to worry you. Oh, that silly old fool. Overthinking things. I should have been honest and told you right from the start. I really am sorry, honestly. Thank you. Pardon? You don't need to apologize. So what if someone else was writing those letters? I still enjoyed them. It was exciting waiting for the next one to come, and I had a fun time replying to them too. Grandpa felt the same way too. So did I actually. Did you now? Uh, no? Sorry, please forget I said anything. In that case, I have something to ask of you. Sure. If you don't mind, would you be my new pen pal? Really? I mean it. It would make me very happy to be considered your new friend. Okay, then I will. Thank you so much. Wonderful. It would be my pleasure. I'm glad that all worked out. And all thanks to you. I know I could count on you. Ah, the time. I must get back to Leth. Already? I'm afraid so. The village agreed to let me leave on the condition that I'd be back today. Sorry to rush off like this, but I must be on my way. Alright, see you then. In the next letter. Oh, before I go, Omen, when you get back to Leth, please stop by my house. I want to thank you. Man, he can move for someone with a cane. Grandpa was right. He is a funny person. Sorry to rush off so suddenly. Don't worry. I already said everything I need to. I'll be looking forward to his letters. I legitimately wasn't expecting him to just up and dart away. I'm so used to if a character in video games having a cane, they're always like some slow moving person, but just the sudden bolting away caught me off guard. And what do we have left? This is in the Coral Shrine, so let's go ahead and try and take care of this since I've kind of delayed it more than completely intended. And I actually don't know where they want me to meet them here, so I am just going to kind of jump between areas and see if I can find a place that seems like the correct place. Um, if I take one step back, was this the area it would be? Yeah, this is the area. It still feels odd just seeing this giant crater in the middle of the city. I forgot how much I really enjoyed the music for this area. But let's go talk with Emma and hear more about their story. Omen, I'm sorry for calling you here so suddenly. No need to apologize. Thank you. I'm taking a break from singing after what happened. I'm not sure how I can face the people of Shatola right now. Perhaps it would be better if things went back to the way they were before I ever arrived. Yeah, that's a sad thought. Omen, I I can't go back to Shatola. My presence will only remind the people of Lorelei. But if I'm gone, maybe it'll finally give people a chance to forget her. Chance to move on from their hardship. I think you've got it all wrong. This is the right thing to do. I knew I had to leave Shatola someday anyway. I'm not like them. Humans and sirens can't live together. Our parting ways came sooner than I would have liked, but I should still leave nonetheless. Is this how you really feel? No matter what I do, it's already too late. Even if I try talking to them, they won't understand. If I so much as mention Lorelei, you're a part of Shatola. But you connect both humans and sirens. Me? You want to do right by both. Omen. Mother, walk beyond this dream. Omen. I love them all. The people of Shatola, my family, the sirens. And that is why I think I know what I can do. I have to at least try. I think I'll get through to them this time. I'll help everyone in Shatola understand. About Lorelei, about the sirens, about me. I'm not ready to give up yet. I'll help you however I can. Thank you. I'm going to give it my best shot. I can understand why I don't get Gorilla from the companion side quests. But man, do I kind of wish I was getting some Gorilla from them right now so that I could go and afford the upgrade to the Toku. Is that... Now I've forgotten what the name of the little thing that we ride around on is actually called. Was it called a Toku? I... Hmm. It's actually bothering me that I legitimately do not remember its name right now. And we can go throw that in there. And off we go to Leth to talk with the mayor. You should be able to still talk with him, right? Like, getting to his house at like 6 or 7 p.m. isn't going to be an issue, I hope. This actually looks kind of nice at this little early twilight. And the mayor's house is up there, that's right. I don't know why I was moving there, yet still couldn't quite remember where it was. That feels very odd. Mayor, I've come to speak with you. Oh, it's you, Omen. Thank you for your help earlier. I truly appreciate it. Did the village get mad at you? I made it just in time. I was cutting it close, though. Either way, they still got mad at me. Well, yeah, it sounded like you were kind of shirking your duties a little. Glad it was you who helped me. I received some very sad news, but at the same time, something good came of it too. Yeah, you made a new friend. And she's my old pal's granddaughter, too. Fate works in mysterious ways. Oh, while you're here, I was thinking of asking you if you would continue writing in my place in case anything happened to me. If I die, would you keep in contact with that girl for me? Live a long and happy life instead. I'm not the best at writing or communicating, so yes, please live a long and happy life instead. Uh, maybe Chris would like to do that right now. I'm sure Chris would like to talk with other people. Relax. Just playing with you. I ain't kicking the bucket anytime soon. That's a good thing. Still, I wasn't expecting that request. Ooh, we got a new recipe. I wonder, can I actually make this recipe or not? Hopefully I can. Though, now that I think about it, I don't think this is a recipe that I can go and turn in any place, unfortunately. I also don't have enough Grilla to go and stop by a shop real quick and, or stop by the blacksmith real quick and try to upgrade stuff. So it's a Totokaku. And we've only gone it to level 2, and I'm pretty sure there are 4 levels to it. I don't completely remember. Level 3's there. Uh, okay, so I'm just gonna leave that be. I'm I'm pretty certain there's 4 levels to it, but I'm not 100% certain right now. And hello there, cat. You woke up and realized that I was doing something, so you've come to be disruptive. Those who will follow. That's a interesting name for the quest. Fiasola is no longer here. It appears that this fact was far more damaging than I had cared to realize. As a result, it took a great deal of time to go through the items she had left behind. But I have finished, and I am sorry to have kept you waiting. There's something I would like to tell you. I'll be waiting at my atelier. Signed, Hein. Even though we can't see them again. I exchanged letters with the mayor for the first time. Not as Grandpa, but as myself. He's a little strange and kind of embarrassing, but I find it easier to talk to him when I can't see him. That connection grew stronger this way, even though my grandpa is no longer with us. So I decided to start writing to my friends who moved away, because I now know people should maintain these connections we have with one another. That's a nice way to walk away from that encounter. I just realized that I forgot to water the bellhops yesterday. That's unfortunate. Because if I remember right, if I had remembered to water them, then no matter what, they are supposed to go and have a like final chance to harvest them, so long as it's a repeating fruit and you've watered them before. Yeah, I'm getting my words mixed up in a way that did not intend to. As far as I remember, if they have already fully matured and it is a repeating plant, then so long as you have watered them before the final day, as in like the 29th of the 30-day season, then on the last day it's supposed to always have stuff. But I do not remember whether, and I went and deposited the wrong stuff in the shipping box. But I do not remember if that is actually the case, if that was a bug, or if I'm just remembering that I had managed to plant stuff just right to constantly get stuff to grow on the last day. I know when I was playing this on the old save that I have actually not touched it all since we started streaming this. But I know on that previous save I was doing a whole lot to make sure that everything was like perfectly managed time wise. And let's see, is there anything left to grab from here? Nope. So just jump back here. We'll go ahead and throw that in there. And have we have quietus that will be tomorrow. Uh I'm actually gonna go ahead and call it here for now. One, because my cat is awake and starting to go mess around, and two, because I want to kind of. There shouldn't be anything that happens in this next quietus, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of end things here. I'll go do some stuff to like farm some monsters to hopefully get some more progress towards the different jobs I have so that they're getting some stuff done. and then I'll go through quietus, try to catch the special fish that's only available during quietus. If the if it turns out that there is stuff that's happening during quietus, well then I am going to try and stream tomorrow, so we will go and have that tomorrow. But for now, I think this is where we're going to call things to an end. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. If you did, please leave a like on the video. If you enjoyed the content I make, please subscribe to the channel. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching this. And I hope to see you in a future stream or video. And I'm just now noticing that my voice was kind of scratchy, so hopefully that wasn't too bad during this stream. But thank you very much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it.